drama, controversy, and brilliance. Quentin Tarantino, a director whose art is as bold as the man himself. He's made some of Hollywood's biggest hits, but not everyone's singing his praises. A-list actors, once part of Tarantino's cinematic spectacle, now vow never to return to his set. But why? What happened behind the glitz and glamour that led them to turn their backs on one of the most acclaimed directors of our time? Love him or hate him, there's no ignoring Tarantino. This is the untold story of the actors who cut ties with the director. A tale you won't want to miss. Sylvester Stallone. Everyone knows Sylvester Stallone is an A-list actor and would definitely draw attention and eyeballs when he is on screen. Mostly, Stallone is desired as an actor for his commanding presence, charisma, and unique way of speaking, as well as embodying the character in whatever role he plays. So it was not shocking when Tarantino reached out to him as his first pick for the 1997 movie, Jackie Brown. With eagerness, Tarantino offered Stallone the role of Louis Guerra, as it was specifically tailored to the actor's attributes and character. Tarantino was positive Stallone would love the offer, but he met the shock of his life when Stallone turned down the offer. But the worst part was that there was no concrete reason when he did so. Of course, speculations began to fly around that Stallone was never a big fan of Tarantino and his works, and perhaps he didn't want to work with him. But Tarantino was not a man that would give up. So, despite all the speculations flying around, a few years later, in 2007, for the movie Death Proof, Tarantino once again reached out to Stallone, offering him the role of Mike McKay. When Stallone got the message, reports say he was stunned and speechless that the director had thought of him for that role. But once again, Stallone rejected the offer, and Tarantino was baffled. There were so many questions. What did Stallone have against Tarantino? Even though Stallone gave a valid reason for rejecting the role in the movie, as it was too gory and he had 2 little daughters to think about, most did not seem to buy that reason, and more speculation spread like wildfire that perhaps Stallone hated having to work for Tarantino, and so he rejected 2 movie roles. Are the speculations true? We'd never really know for sure. Max Julien. Marcellus Wallace was the perfect character for Max Julien when Tarantino was inviting casts for the 1994 sensation film Pulp Fiction, so without any hesitation, Max was offered the role. According to Max, he was elated when he first got the offer and he hurried to read the script. So far, it looked good. Nothing was wrong, and Tarantino was already beside himself with joy that he'd be getting the perfect actor for his role. But as Max read the script more closely, he noticed something that would shake the foundations of the future partnership he was going to have with Tarantino. According to him, he noticed one scene in the script that he was not completely comfortable with. He described the scene as disturbing, and because of that, he declined the role. When the news spread, people began to wonder if only one scene was enough to decline a role offered by the great Quentin Tarantino. But in the end, the theory ran around that it was most likely an excuse not to work with the director for reasons best known to him. And even after that, chances were that he'd never work with Tarantino again. Warren Beatty. Back in the early 2000s, the renowned filmmaker Quentin Tarantino set out to write the epic script of his martial arts revenge masterpiece, Kill Bill. With his creative mind in full gear, he envisioned the enigmatic and charismatic character of Bill to be played by none other than the talented Warren Beatty. But as fate would have it, when Quentin approached Warren with the role, he politely turned it down. The reason? Warren wasn't keen on traveling all the way to China for the filming of the movie. This decision posed a challenge for Tarantino since he had crafted the character with Warren Beatty's unique traits in mind. However, Quentin is known for his adaptability and resourcefulness, and he was not going to let this setback thwart his vision for Kill Bill. Instead, he chose to modify the character of Bill to suit the strengths of the next actor in line, making sure the essence of the character remained intact. In the end, the role of Bill was brilliantly brought to life by David Carradine, whose portrayal added a distinct flavor to the character. Carradine's performance resonated with audiences and became one of the standout elements of the movie. But some believe that Warren's refusal to travel gave hints of arrogance or a strong dislike for Tarantino. Adam Sandler. Inglourious Basterds, released in 2009, did not only get great feedback from the public, but it went down as one of the best works of Quentin Tarantino. However, what most may not realize is that Tarantino considered Adam Sandler for one of the key roles in the movie. In his 2009 war film, *Inglourious Basterds*, Quentin envisioned Adam as Donnie Donowitz, a tough and fearless member of the Bastards, a group of Jewish American soldiers on a mission to wreak havoc on the Nazis during World War II. However, fate had other plans. At that time, Adam was presented with an exciting opportunity to star in the movie Funny People, a dramedy that delved into the world of stand-up comedy and featured a more dramatic side to his acting. Ultimately, Adam decided to go with Funny People instead of taking on the role in *Inglourious Basterds*. While it would have been intriguing to see Adam Sandler in a Tarantino film, the decision to opt for Funny People proved to be a rewarding one for Adam's career. The movie received praise for its blend of humor and poignancy, showcasing Adam's versatility as an actor. But on the other hand, rumor has it that Adam is super picky about the directors he chooses to work with, and from the onset, he was not very keen on working with Quentin, and probably never will. Will Smith. Back when Quentin Tarantino was gearing up for his 2012 hit Django Unchained, he had a particular actor in mind for the lead role, none other than the charismatic Will Smith. According to reports, Will was excited by the prospect. He was eager to delve into the script and explore the character of Django, a freed slave on a quest to rescue his wife from a ruthless plantation owner. However, as he dove into the story, he realized that the film's primary focus was on revenge rather than love, a theme that didn't quite resonate with him. Will Smith, known for his engaging performances and commitment to meaningful projects, felt that the film's overall message didn't align with his personal preferences. He valued stories that leaned towards themes of love and positivity rather than emphasizing revenge as the driving force. As a result, Will respectfully declined the role of Django, which opened the door for another incredibly talented actor, Jamie Foxx. While the movie turned out to be a success, questions arose as to why Will declined the role. Was it because he had a problem with the revenge theme, or maybe it was because he didn't want to work with Quentin? This is especially curious, as Will had gone on to contribute to a couple of revenge-themed movies later on, Jennifer Lawrence. In Quentin's mind, Jennifer would have been the ideal choice to portray the complex and enigmatic character of Daisy DeMurg. But as the saying goes, sometimes life gets in the way of our plans. Jennifer Lawrence at the time found herself caught up in a whirlwind of filming commitments for multiple movies, making her schedule incredibly tight. Understandably, Quentin wasn't taken aback when Jennifer declined the role. With such a busy workload, it was only natural that she had to prioritize her existing commitments. While it might have been a missed opportunity for them to collaborate on The Hateful Eight, Quentin always respects the decisions of actors and understands the demands of their profession. In the end, the role of Daisy DeMurg was played by Jennifer Jason Leigh, who delivered a standout performance, earning her critical acclaim and an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. But on the flip side, rumors circulated a few years after that Quentin had offered Jennifer yet another movie role, and she rejected it again, even when she wasn't so busy. Perhaps she too never wants to work with him. So many controversies surround the reasons why these actors chose not to work with Tarantino. However, on a more interesting note, the sexiest actress in the world, Paz Vega, has her fair share as well.